Good morning. Good morning, friends. In the last class, we can be discussing about the scope and the history of human resource management. In this class, we can be discussing about the functions of human resource management. Okay. So, the functions of human resource management we can be discussed here. Before we can be discussing about the functions of management, there is a necessity to recall what the human resource management is. So, human resource management they can be defined, the human element in the organization is called as a human resource, simple definition given by the one author. Flip they can be given the definition of human resource means based on the functions of the human resource management. Planning, organizing, directing and controlling of procurement, development, compensation, integration, maintenance and reproduction of the human resources for achieving the goals of the organization, individuals and the society in a optimum manner. This is the definition. It can be very clearly said that the total functions what they are involved. So, based on that, the functions of the human resource management we can be broadly classified into the two types. One is managerial functions and another is the operative functions. Managerial functions, it need not necessarily discuss more here. We already discussed. We are already studied a separate subject in the earlier principles of management, in which managerial functions is planning, organizing, directing and controlling, except to staffing. Staffing itself, human resource management is the staffing. So, we cannot be discussing as a part of managerial function, we can be operative function, we can be discussed as a operative function. So, first planning, how much of the human resource are required, what is the present availability, what is the future requirement, what is the present position and what is the future position, what is the gap, how we can be meeting, how the organization it is expected at present productivity and we can be estimated in advance. It is the part of a planning. How much, when, where, which type of quality people are required, like that they can be prepared a plan. Next, organizing, the activities are divided into the various whatever the systems we can be divided. Organizing system, how many people are required and different quality of the peoples we can be discussed here, and we can be given the direction, directing in proper manner. So, we are given the proper direction how they can be doing the various activities of the operative functions, we can be properly managing and controlling various stages, we can be operating or managing the system, and if there is any whatever the deviations we can be we take the changes as early as possible and automatically we can be operated in a smooth way. These are the general managerial functions: planning, organizing, directing and controlling. And comes to the operative functions. Operative functions are procurement, development, compensation, integration, maintenance and reproduction. Okay, procurement. So, procurement are the employment. It is also be called as employment. In this employment, first of all, we can be discussing about various whatever the how much of the people are required, how many people are we can be engaged, we can be discussed here. So, in the procurement, there is a sub functions are there. First one is job analysis. We can be analyzing the jobs, what are the difficulties, what are the problems, whatever the things it can be involved in a particular job, we can be studied. Based on that, how much of the workload is there, we can be identified. Which type of quality of the people are required to meet that whatever the difficulties and the problems and all those things. For that, first step in the procurement is job analysis. Once job analysis completed, next human resource planning, HR planning. That means what is the present demand, what is the future demand. What is the present supply? What is the future supply? How to meet the present demand with the present supply? How to meet the present future demand to future supply? What is the gap? How we can be move forward? We can be preparing a plan in advance. So the second step of procurement is whatever the HR planning. First step is job analysis. Second one is HR planning. Once we can be preparing a plan, HR planning, we can be go for the recruitment. Recruitment means we can be given the notification, stimulating the people to applying the job, it is called as a recruitment. And motivating the people, attracting the people for applying the job, it is called as a recruitment. కొంతమంది రిక్రూట్మెంట్ అంటే సెలక్షన్లో పార్ట్ అంటే సెలక్షన్ అనుకుంటారు, సెలక్షన్ కాదు. సెలక్షన్ చేయడానికి కోసము ముందుగా అప్లికేషన్ని కాల్ ఫర్ చేసే ప్రాసెస్ని వీ కెన్ బి ఎంకరేజింగ్, మోటివేటింగ్ ద పీపుల్ టు అప్లైయింగ్ ద జాబ్. ఇట్ ఈస్ ద రిక్రూట్మెంట్. Next is the selection. Based on the whatever the motivating the people to applying for the job at the recruitment basis, we can be identified the peoples are how many peoples are and that means we can be issuing the application form. Based on the application form, how many people they can be applied, ఎన్ని పొజిషన్స్ మనకి వేకెన్సీగా ఉన్నాయి, ఆ పొజిషన్స్ని మనం ఏ విధంగా మీట్ అవుతాము, వాటిని డిమాండ్ తగినట్లు మనం ఏ విధంగా ఇచ్చవుతాం, ఎంతమందిని మనం రిక్రూట్మెంట్ చేసుకుంటాం అనేది ఈ సెలక్షన్ ప్రాసెస్లో ఉంటుంది. అంటే ఇన్ ద సెలక్షన్ ప్రాసెస్ ఫస్ట్ వీ కెన్ బి డెవలపింగ్ ద అప్లికేషన్ ఫామ్ అండ్ వీ కెన్ బి కండక్టింగ్ ద ఎగ్జామినేషన్ ఆర్ డైరెక్ట్లీ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఆర్ వీ మే బి కండక్టింగ్ ద ప్రిలిమినరీ ఎగ్జామ్, మెయిన్స్ అండ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూస్. Like that the selection process, the various steps it is involved, we can be discussed in the 4th unit for the regarding to the selection. Next one is placement. Once we can be selecting the people, and we can be given the place, suitable place to the person. Wherever the person is suitable, we can be given that place. Based on his interest, ability, talent and the requirement of the organization, we can be allotted, we can be placing that person. Next is we can be given the induction program. Induction program, before we can be introducing the person in the organization, once they are enter into the organization, we must be, these are the colleagues, these are the peers, these are your boss or your whatever superiors, these are your subordinates, these are your people. We can be meet with those people, you can be consulting with that, they can be inducting in the induction we can be given. Next it is the orientation, how the people they can be moving in the organization, whatever the organizations to organization, it can be changes so many things. Some organizations flexible working hours they can be adopted, certain organizations they can be strictly follow the timing system. So we given the orientation program, the rules and the regulations of the organizations, and all those things we must be obey while we are working in the organization. So that is the another whatever the function, sub function of the procurement or the employment. And another one is transfer. The suitable persons, they may be given the suitable place, it is the part of transfer within the internal source. Maybe we can be given the promotion, any vacancies it can be arises. The person who are working in the low cadre person, they may be appointed as a that position. Executives may be promoted as a assistant manager may be promoted as a manager. Based on his experience, it is very much useful to the organization. He knows everything already, so automatically the organization smoothly working in the proper manner. Sometimes we may be separating from the organization. If it is based on the HR planning, the excess of the human resource is there, we may be separated, terminated or retrenchment. Some systems they can be adopted. These are the sub functions are there in the procurement. In the procurement, first one is job analysis, second one is HR planning, third one is recruitment, and fourth one is selection, next one is induction, orientation, next to transfer, promotion and separation. Once procurement function is completed, employment is completed, next we can be go for the development. Once we can be recruiting the people, once we can be selecting the people, employment is completed, we cannot be using the as it is without giving any training. The people, they are having the conceptual knowledge, but they don't having the practical knowledge. If you are not given the training program as it is, we can be using, some problems we may be facing. Because of that, we can be upgrading their skills, employing the people and upgrading their skills. Then only we can be utilizing their services. In the development program, first we can be conducting the subfunction is, performance appraisal. What the skills or the knowledge you are already having, first we can be identified. Based on the performance appraisal, they can be go for the, and that means these are the deficits, these are the requirements are need for the organization to discharging their responsibilities. And this is the position, this is the whatever the knowledge they are having. We must be upgrading this level. So they can be identify this whatever the gap by way of performance appraisal. Next one is we can be going for the training program. Training programs we can be conducted to enhancing their knowledge and skills. Executive development program, especially for the manager cadre or the executive category people, developing their manager skills, developing their whatever the knowledge purpose, they can be conducting the development program. So performance appraisal, next training program, development program or executive development program, and the next one is career planning and development. Employees, they are working in the organization, within the organization, if you are continued in this organization, what are the steps you can be reaching from one step to another step, to another step, how much you can be targeted, how much experience are required, how much of the qualification required. If you are inducted, automatically they can be concentrated to enhancing or increasing their productivity skills, increasing their qualification, and they can be paying the interest. Automatically it can be useful to the organization as well as the individuals. So this is the career planning and development. And last function is the organization development. So organization unte kada manam long period organization unte kada mana job untundi. ఆర్గనైజేషన్ డెవలప్మెంట్ ఏ విధంగా ఉండాలి, ఆర్గనైజేషన్ ఇంకా పెద్దది అవుతుంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా మన పొజిషన్ కూడా మారుతుంది, స్టేటస్ కూడా మారుతుంది. దే కెన్ బి హ్యావింగ్ ద ఎబిలిటీ టు పే మోర్, దే కెన్ బి ప్రొవైడ్ ద బెటర్ బెనిఫిట్స్. Because of that, in the development program, it is also the organization development is the part. So in the development, first one is performance appraisal, training program, executive development program, career planning and development, and organization development. Comes to the compensation. And once we can be whatever the employing the people and we can be upgrading their skills, once we can be upgrading the skills, we can be utilizing their services. Once you can be utilizing their services, we must offer sufficient amount of the remuneration of the compensation. Then only we can be whatever the retaining the people over a long period of time. They skilled, efficient people, they can be retained in the organization over a long period of time when we can be offered sufficient amount of the remuneration of the compensation. So in this compensation, the first step is job evaluation. What is the worth of a job? It can be calculated. It is called as a job evaluation. First step is the job evaluation. Once job evaluation is completed, next wage and salary administration. This is the how much of the wage or the salary we can be offered, how, at what time, how we can be calculated, and based on the productivity of the piece rate system of the time rate system. Like that we can be systematically, we can be administrating this, whatever the wage and salary administration. And another one is bonus. Based on their performance or the productivity, we can be offered the bonus. How do we can be calculate the bonus? Everything we can be described. Incentives. We must be motivating the people who are working with higher performance, higher efficiency, higher qualification. So incentives, how we can be offered. And payroll system. These are the sub-functions it can be involved in the compensation. So first function is the procurement, second one is development, third one is compensation. In the procurement, job analysis, HR planning, recruitment, selection, placement, induction, orientation, transfer, promotion, separation. Whereas in the development, sub-functions are performance appraisal, training program, executive development program, career planning and development, and organization development. In compensation, whatever the function, sub-functions are job evaluation, wage and salary administration, bonus, incentives, payroll. And comes to the integration. In the integration, it is the one of the operative function, integration, in which motivating the people, job satisfaction, grievance redressal, collective bargaining system, conflict management, participation in employees participation in management system, and discipline. These are the various whatever the things involved in the integration. Motivating the people, motivation skills. And another one is job satisfaction. We can be providing this, and that means the employees also be satisfied. Whatever the satisfied cow, they can be given the more milk. So like that, satisfied employees, they can be given more productivity to the organization. It can be yield more whatever the productivity. Because of that, job satisfaction is also be requirement. Job satisfaction, motivation, job satisfaction, grievance redressal. Any problems it can be arises. Initial stage we must be solved. If you are not solved initial stage, it can be come forward. All those things comes as a one opposition things. We cannot be create grievances. Whatever we can be identified in advance and solve in before that, they can be display. Whatever the వాళ్ళు ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేసే ముందే మనం చేయాలి. Grievance is as either the real or whatever the లేదా ఊహించుకున్నదని అవ్వచ్చు. వాళ్ళకి ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుంది అని వాళ్ళు ఊహించుకోవచ్చు, లేకపోతే రియల్గానే ఫేస్ చేయొచ్చు. అలాంటి వాటిని ఏవైనా ఉంటే ముందుగానే మనం సాల్వ్ చేయాలి. గ్రీవెన్స్ రిడర్సల్స్ అండ్ కలెక్టివ్ బార్గెనింగ్ సిస్టమ్. వైల్ వీ కెన్ బి ఆఫరింగ్ ద రెమ్యునరేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద కాంపెన్సేషన్ ఆఫ్ ద సాలరీ ఎన్హాన్స్మెంట్, we can be collective bargaining system, we can be adopted. Some representative from the employees, some representative from the management, they can be discussed here, come together and discussed and finalize the remunerations of the salaries. And conflict management system. Any differences or arises between the employees or between the employees and employers or any other things, it can be solved. The conflicts, wherever it can be arises, we can be solved as early as possible. So that is the conflict management system. And participation in workers' participation in management system. That means the employees also be appointed as one of the board of directors. They also be invited, some representatives of the workers, they can be participating in the board of directors meeting. So the employees are fully satisfied for this, whatever the involvement in this. They also be given a golden, whatever the opinions in the board of directors. So like that workers participation in management, it is also be the another whatever the sub function of integration. And another one is disciplinary systems. We also be maintaining in the organization in the proper manner. So it is the part, we cannot be disturbed to others. Like that, it is the another whatever the sub-function of integration, whatever the sub-function of the operative function. So in the integration, we can be discussing about whatever the motivation, job satisfaction, grievance redressal, collective bargaining, conflict management system, workers participation in management system, and disciplinary discipline. These are the sub-functions of the integration. And another one is maintenance. So health, employee, we must be protecting the health of the employees. Occupational diseases may be arises. Some organizations easily attracting the occupational diseases. From time to time, we can be conducting the health checkup. Automatically, it can be care about the health of the employees. One of the maintenance part. And another one is the safety and security. Proper whatever the safety equipments they must whatever the using while they are working in the factories or the organizations to decreasing the accidental systems or the decreasing the whatever the accidents. So the safety is the another whatever the maintenance function. Next to social security. Social security, we also be, even though after the retirement we can be offered the whatever the pensions or the some other benefits we can be provided. That means it is the social security, and during the course of his employment any accident is occurred, automatically the organization they can be offered some compensation to the employees. So it is the part of social security. So the once social security is there, the employees also be committed to the organization. They cannot be concentrating to their future. రిటైర్ అయిన తర్వాత నేను ఏం చేస్తాను అవన్నీ ఆలోచించకుండా ఇప్పుడు ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ మీద ఆలోచిస్తాడు, దీని మీద కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ చేయగలడు. అన్లెస్ అదర్వైజ్ ఈ కెన్ బీ ఆల్వేస్ థింకింగ్ ఫర్ హిజ్ ఫ్యూచర్, నేనేం చేయాలి, నెక్స్ట్ రిటైర్ అయిన తర్వాత ఏం చేయాలి, అవన్నీ ఆలోచిస్తాడికి దీని మీద కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ తగ్గుతుంది. So we also be protecting the what are the social security, welfare schemes. It is also very important. The employee who are working in our organization in the proper manner, we can be providing the welfare facilities, sufficient welfare facilities. If you are offered, we can be provided. Then the employees they can be confidently working in the organization to lead and to forget all those problems or those personal things. So we must be providing the welfare, whatever the amenities or the facilities. Next is the personal records. Next to personal recharge, personal audit, that means human resource audit, all those things it is also be the part of whatever the maintenance, whatever some sub-function. So these are the operative functions. In addition to this, reproduction of the human resource. According to the one survey, once in 4 years we can be obsoleted. Our knowledge of the skills or development, ఈ రోజు ఉన్న మన స్కిల్ కానీ నాలెడ్జ్ కానీ 4 years తర్వాత ఇది ఎటువంటి ఉపయోగం ఉండదు. That means it can be lot of changes, it can be take place in the society. To changing the technology, to changing the society, we also be upgraded. When we are upgraded, we can be and that means we can become the young in that profession or in that activities. Then only the organization they can be continuous and that means engaging continuously. Unless otherwise they can be simply terminated. Because of that, organizations in before they given the training or development programs to upgrading their knowledge and skills. So these are the various sub-functions of the human resource management. So now we can be whatever the conclusion, the functions of the human resource management classified into two types. One is managerial function and another one is operative function. Managerial functions are the planning, organizing, directing and controlling. Operative functions are procurement, development, compensation, integration, maintenance and reproduction. These are the whatever the functions of human resource management. Thank you for giving this opportunity.